thể hiện sự đổi mới, sáng tạo của các bạn trẻ trong cuộc thi rất ấn tượng. Để có được sự thành công của cuộc thi, chúng tôi xin cảm ơn Tổng lãnh sự quán Việt Nam tại Quảng Châu, chính quyền quận Nansha, Quảng Châu đã hỗ trợ và kết nối chúng tôi. Chúng tôi xin chân thành cảm ơn Nansha Power của Quảng Châu, Hiệp hội các nhà thiết kế Đông Nam Á của Đại học Công nghệ Nam Trung Quốc. Chúng tôi rất mong đợi sự hợp tác của các quý vị trong năm tới và hy vọng các cuộc thi của chúng ta sẽ thành công tốt đẹp. Xin trân trọng cảm ơn.
这是来自越南的土木工程学校、土木工程国立学校的建筑学院的院长带来的问候。接下来到了最激动人心的时刻，我们即将公布2022年第5届粤港澳大湾区东盟国际高校营造大赛决赛结果。经过了数天的评审，评委们已经选出了最终获奖队伍。
Here comes the most exciting part. After a few days of reveal, the judges have reached an agreement on the list of winners.
首先公布获得工程与结构设计单项奖的作品。
Firstly, we come to the award of engineering and structural design.
3等奖，泰国清迈大学拉维帕。
The third prize goes to Ravipat from Chiang Mai University.
1等奖，马来西亚拉满大学反之亦然。
The first prize, vice versa, from Tunku Abdul Rahman University.
1等奖来自广州美术学院林渊。
And another first prize goes to Facing the Abyss from Guangzhou Academy of Fine Arts.
下面公布获得最佳创意单项奖的作品。
And now the award of the best creativity.
3等奖，越南河内土木工程大学舞曲。
The third prize goes to Gallup from the National University of Civil Engineering in Vietnam.
2等奖是来自香港城市大学的聆听四季。
The second prize goes to Shao Ear from City University of Hong Kong.
1等奖，马来西亚拉满大学的反之亦然。
And the first prize also goes to vice versa from Tunku Abdul Rahman University.
下面公布获得综合表达单项奖的作品。
And next is the award of comprehensive expression.
3等奖来自华南理工大学的簪歌。
The third prize goes to Melody of Hairpin from the South China University of Technology.
2等奖来自马来西亚拉满大学玉乐。
The second prize goes to Beyond the Edge from Tunku Abdul Rahman University.
1等奖来自马来西亚拉满大学的反之亦然。
The first prize goes to vice versa from Tunku Abdul Rahman University.
让我们掌声恭喜以上获奖队伍。
Congratulations to all the above-winning teams. Congratulations.
接下来要揭晓的是获得大赛综合设计3等奖的作品。
And next, we are awarding the teams who win the third prize of comprehensive design.
我想问一下在场的和线上的各位，有没有人觉得就是自己的队伍呢？
Does anybody think your own team will win this award?
他们是华南理工大学簪歌。
They are the Melody of Hairpin from South China University of Technology.
广州美术学院林渊。
Facing the Abyss from Guangzhou Academy of Fine Arts.
华南理工大学玉林郎。
Jade Gallery from South China University of Technology.
泰国清迈大学 Love。
Luke from Chiang Mai University.
下面我们将公布获得2等奖的作品。
And now we are awarding teams who win the second prize.
他们是马来西亚拉满大学玉乐。
They are Beyond the Edge from Tunku Abdul Rahman University.
香港城市大学聆听四季。
Shao Ear from City University of Hong Kong.
越南河内土木工程大学舞曲。
Gallup from National University of Civil Engineering.
让我们把掌声送给他们。
Shall we give a round of applause to all of them?
下面到了最激动人心的时刻了，我们即将揭晓获得1等奖的作品。
Here comes the most exciting moment. prize.
他们是马来西亚拉满大学反之亦然。
So the first prize goes to vice versa from Tunku Abdul Rahman University from Malaysia.
印度尼西亚乌达雅纳大学三体。
Mayura from Udayana University.
恭喜荣获1等奖的2对同学，恭喜你们
Congratulations.
现在让我们现场连线他们，看看他们此时此刻的心情，希望他们能与我们一起分享。
And now shall we talk to them online and let them share their feelings with us?
The team from Malaysia, can you?
The team of vice versa and Mayura, would you talk with us about how you feel now?
Sure. First of all, thank you, Nansha Group and also Utah for hosting these competitions. We feel deeply grateful to be selected for this honor, and it is a great opportunity for us as the students to involve in this kind of fruitful exposure. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And from Indonesia, Udayana University. No?
The team of Mayura, are you there?
Okay. Hello.
Do you want to talk?
Okay. Thank you for this competition. Taught me new experience, especially in bamboo and construction building. We are very grateful in this competition. I would like to thank the organizer of this great event. For me, this is a very memorable event for me to have the opportunity to be a first winner in this competition. A big achievement for me and my friends. We are very happy and touched to be in this position. The message is that in the future this event can be more successful and continue and can popularize the use of bamboo material for construction and finishing. So that the use of environmentally friendly materials is increasingly popular in the world of architecture. Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you for the all.
Congratulations again.
Okay, thank you.
对他们来说，他们听到这个消息一定是非常非常高兴的，能够获得1等奖。
It must be a very super good news for them.
与此同时呢，我们也要公布一下获得优秀奖的各支队伍，恭喜你们！请看大屏幕。
And so let's also congratulate the teams who won the Award of Excellence.
非常感谢所有参赛队伍数月来所付出的努力，希望大家都在这里收获一段美好的回忆。期待明年第6届粤港澳大湾区东盟国际高校营造大赛，我们再相聚。
Many thanks to all teams for their efforts over the months, and we hope you had a wonderful time during this time. We look forward to seeing you soon at the 6th International Design and Construction Competition next year.
最后，让我们以热烈的掌声对各位嘉宾、评委、老师们表示衷心的感谢，对获奖同学表示诚挚的祝贺。
Let's applaud to the winners and also express our gratitude to the judges.
vice versa, is the confluence point that seeks to integrate, harmonize, and complete as the other half of the beautiful Nansha bird park.
Together with these designs, the visitors can have a mesmerizing experience by seeing the natural flow of the dynamic roof and the harmonizing interaction with nature mentally and physically at the same time, blessed by the bamboo structure.
The Half Pavilion explores structural integrated design, injecting aesthetic and elegance into the set.
Heng aspires to amplify the dichotomy of duality between human and nature, whilst establishing a harmonious dialogue between both. Heng accentuates our detachment with nature, hence aims to lead us grounded. Coinciding with nature, the water reflection completes the pavilion, signifying the balance between spirit and matter. The accentuation of light that shines from the water reflection shows the proof of the existence of life forms underwater. It imitates and unveils the life below and above, what we can and can't see, what we can and can't touch, striking a balance between both, forming a complete relation between nature and Nansha Bird Park, humans and waterfalls. The half corridor sits into the side like a portrait, capturing the essence and character of Nansha Bird Park. In this case of the birds and humans, their unique solitary nature requires two similar yet separate habitats. Heng provides a platform where both species can reside and coexist within a close vicinity. Humans and nature are opposites but are consistently united. Users activate the half corridor by moving through it to experience the amalgamation of two different entities, built form and nature. Finally, we present to you Heng Eternal Balance, a capture of the paradox and harmonious dialogue between human and nature in Nansha Bird Park.
Bao, the Guardian Pavilion.
Harmony between the heaven and human is one of the oldest Chinese philosophical ideas that has been expressed through the half pavilion. Heavily inspired by the locomotion of birds and also the climatic condition in Nansha Bird Park, our half pavilion, the sanctuary, depicts the movement of a bird's wing and the motion of a bird. Firstly, the base of the pavilion is circular shaped to represent the non-angular movement of a bird during flight. It also engages visitors to sit around it. The base is then divided into two different heights to differentiate the use of it. One part of the base is the functional part where a sitting area is provided, where another part is the circulation area. The primary structure is divided into two structures, where the larger structure imitates the shape of a bird's wing from a certain perspective, meanwhile the smaller structure imitates the shape of a bird's wing before taking off.
That's all for the sensory feast of the Nansha wetland in Decidius, the forever alive habitat even after a millennia.
Things come in pairs. In traditional Chinese character, the letter shuang, meaning dual or pair, is represented by a pair of falls, which correlates well to the Nansha bird park. Hence, the concept of duality is applied as the four main design strategies. Shuang Ting, dual pavilions. Shuang Ding, dual roofs. Shuang Zhu, dual rafters. Shuang Guan, dual senses. Connection with sight. One will be engaged by the vast expanses of the gorgeous lake masking within the lush greenery, making one aware of the tonal nuances in the landscape. The body and mind are in continuous exchange with their surroundings, as if one is gradually diffusing into nature from modern city life.
Confluence, balance, harmony, the vice versa. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you see in this image? Well, most people would call it half glass of water. But for us, instead of looking at it as half, we see this as a balance of two extremes. A scenario of not full and not empty either. Similarly, our concept for the half pavilion is to establish the equilibrium space to embrace the paradox of Nansha Bird Park, which gave meanings to our design, the vice versa. In the two, the pavilion is manifested through these three equilibrium aspects. Firstly, the site, intersections of solid platforms and fluid lake. Secondly, the skin, a balance between the skin's eternal silhouette and its ephemeral responses to the nature phenomena. Thirdly, the structure, a mixture of original beauty of bamboo and experimental bamboo feature. Together, these three aspects forms a series of playful and flexible spaces from fully open to fully enclosed, connecting the users to heavens, earth, inhabitants, and their inner self. Now, let's unfold Nansha Bird Park through the vice versa. Vice versa is the confluence point that seeks to integrate, harmonize, and complete as the other half of the beautiful Nansha Bird Park.
In Chinese legend, a fish leaping the dragon gate depicts a sense of blessing in successfully overcoming hardships. In line with the philosophy of a half corridor, harmony between heaven and human, we are proposing a bamboo corridor that is proposed not only as a shelter, but also as the connection to connect people with the scenic beauty of nature, by allowing people to interact with the bamboo structure while passing through it. In order to achieve this, an innovative mechanism has been explored, using the concept of wheel and axle to showcase the contrast between static and movement. When people step on it, human weight forces the axis rotate, steps follow the movement of axis go up and down. The movement of the step drives the level of bamboo truss rotate about the fulcrum, so walking through it is like treading on the water under the ever-changing sky. Taking the moral of the fish leaping the dragon gate, the form of structure adapts to the changes from low to high spatial experience, conveys to visitors an immersing experience of harmonious true glory. The construction of this half corridor can be done in 6 steps. The steel footing pad is constructed elevated to keep stability for the structure. The main structure consists of 2 groups. First is the structure at the section side and 3 curved structures that provide weather protection. Second is the center main structure, a big curve spliced with external union to achieve higher flexibility. The 3 layer of roof with different function is added. The first layered roof providing shelter and protection for the bamboo underneath. Second layered roof with hexagonal bamboo woven. And the third layered roof is the mooring roof. Next, the mooring step is implemented on the base, connected to the mooring roof. The fishtail chair is added, and the base is constructed using woven bamboo strips with double floor lashing technique. Last will be the railing. Since its construction was not a typical bamboo pavilion, a lot of experiments have been carried out by model making and software simulation to make the mechanism work and enhance its capability of bearing rain load and wind load. Together with these designs, the visitors can have a mesmerizing experience by seeing the natural flow of the dynamic roof and a harmonizing interaction with nature mentally and physically at the same time, blessed by the bamboo structure.
The half pavilion explores structural integrated design, injecting aesthetic and elegance into the set.
Heng aspires to amplify the dichotomy of duality between human and nature, whilst establishing a harmonious dialogue between both. Heng accentuates our detachment with nature, hence aims to lead us grounded. Coinciding with nature, the water reflection completes the pavilion, signifying the balance between spirit and matter. The accentuation of light that shines from the water reflection shows the proof of the existence of life forms underwater. It imitates and unveils the life below and above, what we can and can't see, what we can and can't touch, striking a balance between both, forming a complete relation between nature and Nansha Bird Park, humans and waterfalls. The half corridor sits into the side like the portrait, capturing the essence and character of Nansha Bird Park. In this case of the birds and humans, their unique solitary nature requires two similar yet separate habitats. Heng provides a platform where both species can reside and coexist within a close vicinity. Humans and nature are opposites but are consistently united. Users activate the half corridor by moving through it to experience the amalgamation of two different entities, built form and nature. Finally, we present to you Heng Eternal Balance, a capture of the paradox and harmonious dialogue between human and nature in Nansha Bird Park.
Pao, the Guardian Pavilion.
Harmony between the heaven and human is one of the oldest Chinese philosophical ideas that has been expressed through the half pavilion. Heavily inspired by the locomotion of birds and also the climatic condition in Nansha Bird Park, our half pavilion, the sanctuary, depicts the movement of a bird's wing and the motion of a bird. Firstly, the base of the pavilion is circular shaped to represent the non-angular movement of a bird during flight. It also engages visitors to sit around it. The base is then divided into two different heights to differentiate the use of it. One part of the base is the functional part where a sitting area is provided, where another part is the circulation area. The primary structure is divided into two structures, where the larger structure imitates the shape of a bird's wing from a certain perspective, meanwhile the smaller structure imitates the shape of a bird's wing before taking off.
That's all for the sensory feast of the Nansha wetland in Thucydides, the forever alive habitat even after a millennia.
Great things come in pairs. In traditional Chinese character, the letter shuang, meaning dual or pair, is represented by a pair of falls, which correlates well to the Nansha bird park. Hence, the concept of duality is applied as the four main design strategies. Shuangting, dual pavilions. Shuangding, dual roofs. Shuangzhu, dual rafters. Shuangguan, dual sensors.
Connection with sight. One will be engaged by the vast expanses of the gorgeous lake masking within the lush greenery, making one aware of the tonal nuances in the landscape. The body and mind are in continuous exchange with their surroundings, as if one is gradually diffusing into nature from modern city life.
Susu Angin, the nest of aerial life. Located in Nansha Bird Park, Guangzhou, China, Susu Angin is a pavilion-type building that is designed to provide a hidden and calm space for bird-watching activity. The pavilion's design purpose is to let humans become part of the nature. It will allow visitors to engage in bird-watching activities in camouflage within the pavilion. The layered bamboo nest blends in with the surrounding landscape as a camouflage for not interfering the bird's environment. Its half-shaped nest embraces the duality between cover and exposure of a shelter that blends with nature. Susu Angin is built of bamboo material that can be easily found in China, such as Dendrocalamus or Philostakis. Random interwoven bamboo lath construct the nest structure. The structure works in a factor system that distributes the load in all directions through the segments. The nest also uses a monocoque system so that its strength relies on its shape. Each joint of bamboo lath and strips is fixed traditionally by lianas or bindings of natural fibers or of dampened leather that tighten as they dry. A metal covering is installed to prevent the lath from splitting and protect the base from moisture. The metal coverings are anchored to the ground to keep the curvy shapes of bamboo. Multiple layers of woven bamboo lath and strips enhance the rigidity of the structure. It also provides protection against rain, sun, and wind. The shape of the pavilion was derived from the basic spherical shape. Several spherical shapes were then shaped as a metaphor for a bird's nest. The resulting space was then stretched to create more space within it. The pavilion was then split in half to expose its structure. The section of half nest exposes the complexity of interwoven bamboo structure that represents the work of bird nests in nature. Susu Angin explores the randomness of bamboo structure that represents the irregularity of nature. The gaps between bamboo strips provide random openings for visual, auditory, and physical interaction between human, bird, and other natural elements. Its freeform and curvy shape provides some comfortable space for various positions of birdwatching activity. Visitors can stand, sit, or lay to relax and rest while interacting with the bird.
Earth is the place where humans live and interact with each other. We've inspired by the Balinese culture, where the people believe by the concept of Trihita Karana, or three reasons that created welfare in life. There are three aspects that must be connected in order to create balance and harmony in life. Nansha Bird Park is located at Pearl River, southern of Guangzhou, China. It is surrounded with trees, gorgeous lakes, and has a good natural ecological environment. Nansha is also known as the Earth Paradise of birds. Our main goal is to create a space where people can socialize and interact with each other, with the surrounding nature, and creating a space where people can enjoy the nature that exists in this world. For the design philosophy, we represent the beauty of a peacock. Peacock has a tail and wings that looks very large and stunning if it expanded, but when it folds, it will look small. This is like the nature that describes how big it will be when it's needed and will be small when it does nothing. From the form of peacock, the next thing we do are taking one of its feathers to make the global form. Then we cut it in half to make the next form of the pavilion. Then we added some curve in order to make the pavilion more aesthetic and not too monotone. This is the top view and the front view of the pavilion. In order to make a good air circulation inside, we've added ventilation to ensure the people feel relaxed. To keep the people inside away from the rain, we've added roof overhang and layer of bamboo shingle for the roofing. From this transformation, we create the final form of the pavilion. We present Mayura, when the beauty shines brighter. As the next generation, we must appreciate what we've got in this life in order to create a harmonious and balanced life.
Elasticity. Trying flexible in the rigid session.
Local mandala, balance interaction with nature.
Create an architecture around the needs of the spoonbills, an architecture that can act as a stopover sites for the spoonbills, while at the same time raising awareness regarding the existence of these endangered species. The Plotalia Passage. By formulating those issues, we aim to create a program in the form of stopover or transitional space that works both for humans and for the birds, while allowing interactions between both of them. The existing site is mainly used as a pathway for the humans, and a stopover site for the birds. The development of Plotalia Passage is done to maintain the existence of those functions, while heavily inspired by the black-faced spoonbill's living place, and its relation to Nansha Bird Park being one of their stopover site. While resting on their stopover sites, they mainly rest on land and eat fish from the water. So, we create some resting space for the birds near the water, so they can monitor their prey nearby, and we also create an eating space slightly below the water if they want to get even closer with their prey. As we stated before, we also want to make some form of interactions for the humans and the birds. In order to achieve this, we lure the birds with the presence of fish nearby. The lights under the bridge will lure the fish to go near it, so the birds will come to eat them, and the humans can see them closely. This effect works better at night, since the light under the bridge gets brighter. The lights along the pathway will also lure the birds to come there, so the humans and the birds can get even closer.
We present you Ngelayang Pandang.
When I returned from so many journeys, I stayed suspended and green between sun and geography. I saw how wings work, how perfumes are transmitted by feathery telegraph, the tiny shining water of the small bird on fire, which dances out of the pollen. Every year, more than 100,000 birds from all over the world migrated to the Nansha Bird Park, which was designed as a migratory accommodation for birds, located a few miles from the southern Chinese Guangdong province. The beauty of the natural scenery along with birds flying in the sky make us unable to take it away from sight like visitors who enjoy the view of the paradise of birds at Nansha Bird Park. The concept of the shape of pavilion is inspired by the eyes, winkers, where the eye is a human sense tool that functions to see and observe the surrounding environment. The pavilion is located on the edge of the river, so that it raises the reflection of the building on the river water, as if it were in the form of half ice that rises to the surface of the water. And when viewed from the left and right sides of the building, the exposed structure looks like a building cut in half with the concept of a half pavilion.
The people who cross this bridge to find happiness, health, and long life. The bamboo ties are like the bonds of the prayers we hope for. The bridge is interpreted as a symbol of the nature of hope for goodness and fosters a love for protecting the red crown stork ecosystem.
When being viewed from above, it looks like a stork wing flapping as if it is flying above the lake water. When being viewed from below, it looks like the skeletons of the wings of the stork feathers. When being viewed from the side, the stork looks as if it is sitting on the surface of the water.
On the roof used a membrane. On the side of the bridge, bamboo slats are arranged horizontally, so that they get the morning sun. Lighting at night uses lights that are installed in the main structure. The slope of the shape of the structure in the shading to get space efficient. On the outside, which becomes the eaves for a lake view that gets lights from all directions.
Garabu, Gama, Dakaramambu.
In Sanskrit, Gama means journey, and Dakara means old time. So, Gama Dakara bamboo has the meaning of traveling through time in bamboo. Bamboo has many philosophies, one of which is bamboo has the meaning as a process of growing from a stronger journey and being able to face the storm of life. In the second layer, adapting the shape of a bird's wing, which has the meaning of balance, because the bridge traverse must be balanced. The third layer adapts the form of samurai armor, which has the meaning of strength, so that it is applied to the outermost layer as a bridge protector.
of concept development, form of our design start from a geometric shape that is repeat until a pattern is formed. The plan of the pavilion use triangle together to form a hexagon, then cut a hexagon, divide it into one part in order to see the internal structure more clearly but still have the triangular element left. As for the walls, we thought about enclosing space created by repetition, which created a space inside the gap. A rhombus pattern, one of the basic roof patterns, is used in conjunction with the wall detailing. The roof used a repeating triangular shape to create a pattern and devise a mechanism that has a rotating opening and closing of the light channel to make the pavilion a different space at different times. In the part of design development, first, we use the enclosing and interlacing weave to form a pattern in the middle. Next, we added cover for sun shading and rain shading based on geometry. In this second development, folding shapes are used to twist and roll. In third development, we use this repeating triangular shape to form a roof pattern. Next, in the fourth development, we add a structure above and a pillar in the middle of the pavilion to support the weight of the roof. And in the fifth development, we added a mechanism by rotating around the pillar frame to make the roof move by stretching and retracting. And in the final design part, we combined the inner truss with the outer truss to increase the space inside the pavilion and help to shade the rain. The roof mechanism has a hexagon shape divided into equal triangles. The triangles are stacked into 2 layers, 3 sheets each layer. Rotating the pillar frame in the middle of the pavilion will cause the opening and closing of the light channel inside the building. Next to the pillar frame near water, there is a chair for sitting, relaxing, and watching the view. In the part of mechanism, the top of the roof is spaced with hexagonal opening, where the central pillars of the building can be seen, at the top of which is a triangular bamboo frame with a weaving pattern similar to a pavilion that resembles a propeller. The propeller is attached to the bracket on the top of the 3-plate pole. Each sheet has equal space. Next, there will be 3 more propeller plates, spaced alternately with the top propeller that is attached to the pillar frame that surrounds the pillar in the middle of the building. The pillar frame can rotate around itself by human force. Rotating will cause the propeller fixed on the pillar frame to rotate as well, creating a light playing effect of the top that can be turned on and off.
Wants the user to experience half. The meaning of half in this context is to reflect the scenery around site, to link with our corridor.
The space of the pavilion at ground floor is designed to be the yin or the dark side as shade area on ground floor. It is shown that this space is partially enclosed to minimize light, then let eyes to find light on the opposite side where beam of sunlight project from top. While the audience is moving through shafts of pavilion dark bright mode keeps on switching, that intentionally is to stimulate eye, people and exciting feeling. If coming to the top or the center of the pavilion and look down, it is encouraged, and that is the key to the journey. It is where audience get the reward of understanding the design principle where the opposite harmony combine. To emphasize more on the opposite integration, the two opposite side lines swirl into each other and twisted to form a spiral shape to even build more valiant.
fairground, you will see a shaded atmosphere from the same trees and many birds passing by when walking in. In this work, you will see the entire structure and details of the form techniques and materials used inside. You can see that the overlapping structure is inspired by the parts of feathers that are called barbules. Next is the main structure work that looks like circles and scales from each other. The bones of a bird with a microscope, X20, zoom made of bamboo beams, with the top of which to be lightweight, use 3 pieces and 4 pieces tied together. The weight-bearing base is made up of 6 pieces of bamboo tied together, with a diameter of 1.5 to 2 centimeters. The part that is seen as the weight curve on the other side of the bone cavity is a microscope zoom, X10, made of bamboo, 1.5 to 2 centimeters in diameter. When retreating, you will see the overall connecting circles ropes with gaps between the rings with processed bamboo, which to the point with the half structure, shows both sides of the quarter, with the solid side showing the shape of a circle and the other side showing the void structure.
Greetings everyone! We are going to take you all into the Pavilion of Good Luck, Godsend Pavilion. We got our inspiration from umbrellas, because Chinese people believe that umbrellas can protect you from misfortune, which is like our pavilion, that will protect people who enter from bad luck. Everyone will get to experience the entrance of the pavilion. The roof is woven with rope into the shape of the spiderweb flag, which is a tradition in the northeastern region.
Design concept. The relaxed charm of Canton and the slow-flowing Pearl River and the mellow light of the setting sun, we spotted a man fishing in the Zhujiang. It was the beginning of interest in fisheries in the Pearl River region, leading to the concept of this half-pavilion project. Later, he researched the fishing economy in the area, the way of life, types and styles of boats and fishing equipment until they sit down for debate with the context of the problem. Site user function and the possibility of designing and bringing it to the concept.
In the fall, Stello interpreted the world as its body of infinite folds and surfaces that twist and weave through complexity, time, and space. The work is inspired by origami. Origami is the most common way to convert 2 dimensions into 3 dimensions. Geometric shapes are combined into complex stereoscopic images. We apply origami graphics to architectural structures. We choose the octagon as the basic structure. Ancient Chinese people's understanding of the world is more representative of the 8 diagrams, which express the meaning of good fortune and harmony. The overall shape refers to the octagonal gate of the classical Chinese garden, and the gate is used to form a frame scene with outstanding content. Through the artful use of doorway, the garden environment can produce a garden, a scene outside the scene, and scenery changing with pace. Different scenes intersect in people's sight. Our design starts with symmetrical reciprocating structure, and through the interlocking design, we make structures that overlap each other, just like stretching an origami piece apart. In the passage, multiple windows are formed, with and without alternating with each other, echoing the concept of path that we want to convey. The slanted angle of the work gives the sense of depth and for word exploration. The bamboo structure on the side and top forms a zipper-like figure, hoping to make people feel the alternating yin and yang, and also allow water birds to perch on it. Throughout the work, the viewer and nature merge into one scene, and the viewer also becomes a part of the scene. The symmetrical, reciprocating structure and the yin-yang clamping teeth also illustrate the meaning of the work. Imperfection of things also means the occurrence of opportunities.